Welcome back, Magic Nerds. We are continuing opening the Festival in a Box Amsterdam. We're going to get going right away. I'm Magic Dad. Breaking the seal, cracking it. We're going to keep these ones sealed, set them aside. Mystery Booster 2, 24 packs. Plastic off. Box open. Got our stacks already. Let's crack them. Swift Justice. Vanish into Eternity. Turtle Shell Changeling. Dream Thrush. Footsteps of the Goryo. Scourge Familiar. I like that art. Blood Knight. I really like this art. That looks cool. Hordling Outburst. We got a lot of those. Tangle. Good Fog Effect. Tail Swipe. Quicksand. Ooh, land. Add one colorless mono to your mono pool or sacrifice it. Target attacking creature without flying gets -1/-2 until end of turn. Bonus round. Ooh, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, that player copies it and may choose new targets for the copy. Yeah, buddy. Spell slinging. Mutilate. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn for each swamp you control. Heck yeah. Rot Hulk. What a pack. Return up to X target zombie cards from the graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the number of opponents you have. Heck yeah. Flicker that baby. Annex and Smeed and Kino. Wow. Gold Meadow Harrier. Elspeth's Smite. Cerulean Wyvern. Pirate's Prize. Massacre. Look at that. Supernatural Stamina. Rapacious One. Titan Strength. Avenging Druid. Harvester Druid. Blood Tithe Harvester. Silumgar. The Drifting Death. Flying, hexproof. Whenever a dragon you control attacks, creatures defending player controls get -1/-1 until end of turn. Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Flying, first strike, vigilance, lifelink, protection from red and from green. 6/6. Erratic Portal. Return target creature to its owner's hand unless its controller pays 1. Nice. That's a pretty interesting artifact. Chatzuk, Mighty Guitarist. Pack 3. Claron's Spirit. Wall of Swords. I like that one. Aqueous Form. Nice. Enchanted creature can't be blocked whenever enchanted creature attacks. Scry 1. That's pretty darn good. Willbender. Channeler's Edict. I like when they put the little headstone on the card so you know it can be played from the graveyard. Target player sacrifices a creature. Bone Shredder. Young Red Dragon. Ire Shaman. Argothian Elder. Canopy Surge. Sunlit Marsh. Plague Engineer. Minskamboo. Relentless Assault. Untap all creatures that attack this turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. Multiple combats. Let's go. No regrets, egret. Pack 4. Alharu, Solemn Ritualist. Starting with an uncommon. Wall of Swords again. Expel from Orzaka. Code of Constraint. Blood Throne Vampire. Nezumi Grave Robber. Or Night Eyes the Desecrator. Light up the stage. Fire Servant. Garruk's Uprising. Good card. Dread Linorm. God Pharaoh's Statue. Turok Dread Cantor. Hymn to Turok. Rat Colony. I just need 20 more of those. Reset. The spell, cast this spell only during an opponent's turn after their upkeep. Untap all lands you control. Savage. Playing a flash deck. Microscope. Playing lots of counter spells, playing lots of interaction. Totem Guide Heart Beast. Interesting spelling. Search for an aura, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Tutor an aura in common. Against all odds. Choose one or both. Exile target artifact or creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's good. Drift of Phantasms. Merfolk Trickster. Nezumi Prowler. Bog Down. Target player discards 2 cards from his or her hand. If you paid the kicker cost, that player discards 3 cards from his or her hand instead. Changeling Berserker. Bitter Reunion. Elite Cat Warrior. Blight Mamba. Give and Take. Ajani the Great-Hearted. Creatures you control have vigilance. Gain 3 life. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each other planeswalker you control. Temporary Truce. Each player may draw up to 2 cards. For each card less than 2 a player draws this way, that player gains 2 life. Engineered Explosives. Sunburst. I'll have to look up what that even means. Pay 2, sacrifice Engineered Explosives, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of charge counters on Engineered Explosives. Interesting. I bet it's a multicolor thing. That might go into Urza, it looks like. Pack 6. Ace Lid, Life's Bounty. Griffin Guide. Pemin's Aura. All kinds of little things it can do. Plax Manta. Weaponcraft Enthusiast. Skull Raid. Discarding cards. Jaya, Venerated Fire Mage. You playing Burn? Jaya's your girl. Furry Sliver, Fury. It's so furry. Destiny Spinner. Stinging Shot. Planner Atlas. It enters tapped. When it enters the battlefield, I may look at the top 4 cards of my library. If I do, reveal up to 1 land card from among them, put that card on top of my library, and the rest on the bottom in a random order. And then it's a mono rock. Yeah, that's decent. Githred Conclave Exile. Making rhinos and stuff. And then populating. Sarah the Benevolent. Creatures you control with flying get +1/+1 until end of turn. Create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. You get an emblem with, if you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1, reduces it to 1 instead. Nice. Another Erratic Portal. Plant a Sapling. Pack 7. 6/7. Core Cartographer. Intangible Virtue. Pour over the pages. Good Ol' Lurker. Mad Auntie. Rakdos Goblins. Feast or Famine. Two-Handed Axe. Target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, double its power until end of turn. Nice. Dwarven Recruiter. Ancestral Mask. Axebane Guardian. Spawning Pit. Remove 2 charge counters from Spawning Pit. Create a 2/2 colorless spawn artifact creature token. You can do stuff with that, I'm sure of it. Mazuriak Crowl Death Priest. Whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Nice. Veteran Explorer. When it dies, each player may search their library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Interesting. Final Fortune. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. You better have it figured out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Pack 8. Contraband Livestock. Spirit Mantle. Krovikan Sorcerer. Chemister's Insight. Mesmeric Fiend. Look at the art on that. Very cool. Underworld Hermit. Flame Slash. Empty the Warrens. That's a cool Empty the Warrens. Nantuko Elder. Interesting. Primal Rage. All creatures you control gain trample. Darksteel Ingot. Arcanus the Omnipotent. Unholy Heat. That could be good. Kataki, Wars Wage. Whew, that could be brutal. The Heron Moon. Pack 9. Battle Screech, Making Birds, Angel of Vitality, Gain in Life, Berg Strider, Snow Beast. Ooh, look at that. Symbol of Unsummoning. Return any one creature card to its owner's hand. You draw a card. I like the art. That thing looks sick. Gloom Sower. Apprentice Necromancer. Fearless Scald. Goblin Taskmaster. Salvage. It's a good card, especially in Pauper. Whip Silk. Desert. It's just a desert. Chainer, Nightmare Adept. Discard a card. You may cast a creature spell from your graveyard this turn. Activate only once each turn. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if you didn't cast it from your hand, it gains haste until your end of your next turn. That's sick. Ash Barrens. Black Vice. Choose an opponent. At the beginning of the chosen player's upkeep, Black Vice deals X damage to that player, where X is the number of cards in their hand minus 4. Ooh. Nezukar. Jund 'em out. Pack 10. Dauntless Bodyguard. Adamant Will. Curse of Verbosity. Whenever enchanted player is attacked, draw a card. Each opponent attacking that player does the same. Whoo! Rhystic Study replacement. Wall of Tears. Undead Augur. I like the augurs. Chain of Smog. Blazing Crescendo. Seal of Fire. This Blazing Crescendo is really good in Pauper, especially in Zada. Seal of Fire. Bushwhack. Evolution Sage. Shimmer Drift Veil. Snowland. That's cool. Arcades the Strategist. Elder Dragon. Flying Vigilance. Whenever a creature with Defender enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Each creature you control with Defender assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power, and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Phew! That thing's sick. Iona Shield of Emeria. Flying. As Iona Shield of Emeria enters the battlefield, choose a color. Your opponents can't cast spells of the chosen color. Whoa, baby. Another Black Vice. Night of Lost Causes. Pack 11, I think. Omen of the Sun. Spirit Mantle. Mental Note. Spin into Myth. Skin Thinner. Unexpected Fangs. Aftershock. Get to Slinger. Norwood Archers. Plated Crusher. Junkyard Genius. Creating Power Stones. Cataclysm. Each player chooses from among the permanents he or she controls an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a land, then sacrifices the rest. Yowza. Holy smokes. Leyline of the Void. If a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Might have to swap out the one I have in my Ketramos. Forest Bear. It's a bear. Da bears. Creepy Crawler. Halfway through, pack 12. Supply Runners. Chastise. Dakara Peafowl. Set Adrift. Shoreline Salvager. Predatory Night Stalker. Firewing Phoenix. Dwarven Recruiter. Deep Reconnaissance. Search your library for a basic land card, put that card into play tapped, then shuffle your library. Twin Silk Spider. Circuit Mender. Gain 2 life. When it dies, when it leaves, draw a card. Flicker that baby. Gain life and draw cards. Smuggler's Copter. Whenever Smuggler's Copter attacks or blocks, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. I know someone who wants that. Simeon Spirit Guide. Engineered Explosives again. Bridget, who's seen some stuff. Pack 13. Visor of Remedies. Banisher Priest. Vodalian Hypnotist. Annex. You control enchanted land. Just stealing people's lands. Unseal the Necropolis. Ooh, each player mills 3 cards, then you return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Diabolic Servitude. Look at the art on that. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. When the creature put into the battlefield with Diabolic Servitude dies, exile it and return Diabolic Servitude to its owner's hand. When Diabolic Servitude leaves the battlefield, exile the creature put onto the battlefield with Diabolic Servitude. That's sick. Strafe. Volatile Claws. Beast Attack. Haywire Might. Edgewalker. For a black-white cleric deck. Empowered Auto Generator. Enters the battlefield tapped. Put a charge counter on Empowered Auto Generator. Add X mana of any one color where X is the number of charge counters on Empowered Auto Generator. That could be really good. Nature's Claim. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Its controller gains 4 life. I like this a lot better than the Final Fantasy looking one. And Triumph of Ferocity. Toddler's Rage. That was in Upside Down, which was interesting. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. I think we're on pack 14. Flicker Wisp. Master of Arms. Thassa's Emissary. Crabs. Flight of Fancy. Ooh, when Flight of Fancy comes into play, draw 2 cards. Enchanted creature has flying. Graveshifter. Expunge. Embreth Shieldbreaker. Needletooth Raptor. Alluring Scent. Presence of Gond. Mercy Killing. Lightning Skelemental. Look at that thing. Trample Haste 6/1. Whenever Lightning Skelemental deals combat damage to a player, that player discards 2 cards. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice Lightning Skelemental. Dude, this thing's nuts. Wishclaw Talisman. Yeah. Sick card. Okagachi Vengeful Kami. Legendary creature, Dragon Spirit. Flying Trample. Whenever Okagashi Vengeful Kami deals combat damage to a player, that player attacked you during their last turn. Exile target non-land permanent that player controls. Just revenge. Just so much revenge. And Fireball. Pack 15. Radiant Judgment. Bellowing Aegosaur. That looks like an Ankylosaurus, which was my favorite dinosaur. Diplomatic Escort. Discard a card from your hand, counter target spell or ability that targets a creature. Killer Whale. Sick. Mind Stab. God, the art on these is so good. Target player discards 3 cards. You could suspend it. Stir the Sands. Invigorated Rampage. Fury Sliver. Massive Might. 2/2 Trample. Snake Pit. That's sick. Whenever an opponent plays a blue or black spell, you may put a 1/1 green snake creature into play. Scuttlemutt. It's a scarecrow. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Target creature becomes the color or colors of your choice until end turn. I have a feeling this is like a really good card. Grim Hireling. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create 2 treasure tokens. Ooh. Sacrifice X treasures. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Nasty. Snow-Covered Wastes. Final Fortune again. Blurry Visionary. Moving right along. Aven Mind Sensor. Hive Stirrings. Curious Obsession. It's a good card. Mind Bend. Change the text of target permanent by replacing all instances of 1 color, word, or basic land type with another. Oblivion Strike. Throat Slitter. Ninjutsu. When it deals combat damage to a player, destroy target non-black creature that player controls. Burning Cloak. Titan Strength. Broken Wings. Jorga Tree Speaker. Patchwork Automaton. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, put a 1/1 counter on Patchwork Automaton. Yeah, that could be decent. Bad Moon. Black creatures get +1/+1. Kitchen Finks. When Kitchen Finks enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life, and it has Persist. Triumph of Ferocity. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. New Master of Arms. Pretty sure we're on pack 16 here. Planar Disruption. Settle Beyond Reality. Exile target creature you don't control, or exile target one or both. Exile target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Omen. God, the art. Apprentice Sorcerer. Blood Speaker. Vampire of the Dire Moon. Torch Breath. Hordling Outburst. Great Oak Guardian. Monstrous Growth. Meowsers. Ink Fathom Infiltrator. Can't block and is unblockable. Dragon Lair Spider. Creating bugs. King's Assassin. Destroy target tapped creature. Activate only during your turn before attackers are declared. Ooh, a shiny relic of Progenitus. Pyromancy 101. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 packs to go. 7 packs to go. Karu. Return an untapped plains you control to owner's hand or bury it. Add plains and 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. Nice. Master of Arms. Submerge. Perilous Research. Blood Fountain. Obelette. When it enters the battlefield, target creature phases out until Obelette leaves the battlefield. Tap that creature as it phases in this way. Brutal. Flaring Pain. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Cone of Flame. Elephant Ambush. Who's getting ambushed by an elephant? Orochi Egg Watcher and Shidako Brood Mistress. Cogwork Librarian. Interesting. Golgari Grave Troll. Prismatic Ending. Exile target non-land permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell. Cunning Wish. You may reveal an instant card you own from outside the game and put it into your hand. Exile Cunning Wish. Che, friend to maybe too many. Spirit Endal. Shadow. Temple Acolyte. Aetherize. Great card. Great card. Cool art. Daring Saboteur. Fell Stinger. Grim Dancer. Rock Slide. Thermo Alchemist, Pauper card. Brood Monitor. Muscle Burst. Seaside Citadel. Mantis Raider. 3/3 Flying Vigilance Haste. Yeah. Okay. Fairy Macabre. Discard Fairy Macabre, exile 2 cards from graveyards. Carrick Clan Ironworks. Sacrifice an artifact, add 2 colorless. Pretty sure this is one of those busted good cards. Ren and 1. Get your baby. Get your baby. Ministrat of Obligation. Afterlife 2. Prismatic Strands. Telekinetic Sliver. Stormcrow. Vow of Malice. Dusk Mangler. God, I love how many different cards there are. Pyrohemia. Ren's Resolve. Elvish Ranger. Skull Mulcher. Qasali Ambusher. Coffin Queen. You may choose not to untap Coffin Queen during your untap step. Pay, tap it, put a target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. When Coffin Queen becomes untapped, you lose control of Coffin Queen. Exile that creature. Yorion Sky Nomad, a bird serpent. Companion, your starting deck contains at least 20 cards more than the minimum deck size. Your deck contains... Interesting. When Yorion enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you own and control. Return those cards to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. That's an insane flicker card. And I'm going to have to look up Companion. Mana Flare. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. You want extra mana? Lutri Popperotter. Temporal Isolation, Resolute Reinforcements, Runaway Together. Ooh, that's a cool art for that. Psychic Corrosion, Thrall Parasite, Feed the Swarm, Mad Ratter, Goblin Taskmaster, Spider Silk Armor, Yamiva Granger, Pearl Shard. That doesn't look that good. You can prevent some damage. Conspicuous Snoop. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may cast goblin spells from the top of your library. As long as the top card of your library is a goblin card, Conspicuous Snoop has all activated abilities of that card. Good lord, that is a good goblin. Good goblin! Spirit of the Labyrinth. Each player can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Youch. Hoodwink. Bamboozled. Return target artifact, enchantment, or land to its owner's hand. Brutal. Kozilek completed. 3 more packs. Aven Liberator. Nico Ona. Serpentine Curve. Tide Skimmer. Ambition's Cost. Phyrexian Gargantua. Fireslinger. Seal of Fire. Ancient Silverback. Drum Hunter. Squeeze Embrace. Look at his little hugging. He's just hugging. Nullhide Ferox. Bojuka Bog. Mana Flare again. Magnus of the Chains. Second to last pack. I hope you guys are having fun. I know I am. I love cracking packs. Field of Souls. Rambunctious Mutt. It's a dog. Look at you, little boy. Good boy. Muddle the Mixture. Counterspell. Counter target instant or sorcery. Flux. Plague Spitter. Cartouche of Ambition. Unexpected Windfall. Boltmend. Sudden Spinnerets. Bookworm. That's sick. Backlash. Narset's Reversal. Good card. Limdol's Vault. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. As many times as you choose, you may pay 1 life. Put those cards on the bottom of your library in any order. Then look at the top 5 cards of your library. Then shuffle and put the last cards you looked at this way on top in any order. Okay. Interesting. And another Hoodwink. Hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Lich's Duel Mastery. Last pack. If you guys see anything in these that I don't know is a super rare card and worth big money, let me know. Custody Squire. Temple Acolyte. Peregrine Drake. Sick card. And a good art. I like this art better than the one I normally see. Reality Shift. Zulaport Enforcer. Spectral Sliver. Lightning Mauler. Ground Rift. Blight Widow. Finn the Fangbearer, the good art. Containment Construct. Whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. If you do, you may play that card this turn. Right on. Sort of madness effect, I think. Master of Waves. Protection from red. Elemental creatures you control get +1/+1. When Master of Waves enters the battlefield, create a number of 1/0 blue elemental creature tokens equal to your devotion to blue. Blue Elementals. Mystic Sanctuary. When it enters the battlefield untapped, you may put target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library. Savage. Rot Hulk. Good card. There. Split card. There. Well, thank you guys for hanging out while I open all these packs. I appreciate you. And this has been Magic Dad signing off.